about my full hysterectomy recovery and prep. This is an old video I've done before. It's way down below. A year ago I done it. Excuse me, I'm gonna turn it down. So I'm gonna do a shorter version of it. That one, I think it was like, oh my god, I'll tell you right now, hold on. That was a year ago and it was 38 minutes long. And I think I gave the back history like I've done previously in this video, before this video, of why I had the hysterectomy. But I'm going to tell you my experience of how to prep and what is a must, I feel anyways. Alright, let's jump right into the video. After my surgery, I decided to go ahead and prep my home. My husband with the children's uniform, dinners. My mom was helping us out a lot with that. And thank God for my hubby in order to cook. Thank you, Jesus. So, I didn't have that problem whatsoever. But my mom would cook every now and again to give him a break, you know, because he would help me out. So, what I did was, I prepared my home, I did all the laundry to give him a lot of help, you know, because let's be real, it's kind of tough, you know, to do all of that and come and clean. No. So what I did also was prepare my side of the bed. So I prepared a little station because I don't want to say, hey Raul, go give me this, go give me that. No, everything was right on bedside. I had a little folding basket, and I'll put a picture here of what to use if you wanted to, or whatever you feel is easier, or what you like. Alright, and I put all the my charger stuff, the things that I would use, anything, my medications, high blood pressure meds, my vitamins, all that jazz next to my bed. Gas X is going to be your best friend. And stool softener. First, Gas X. Gas X you're going to want to take to the hospital and leave it by your bedside, because of course when you have a hysterectomy, see, I had 4 cesareans, okay? So when they fill you up with gas, alright, all that air on you is going to travel in you, all that air in you is going to travel. And then for some reason it traveled towards my shoulder, which they did warn me it was going to happen, but it did. Alright, I popped a Gas X as soon as I was stable enough to grab it out of my bag, which I had next to my bedside in the hospital. So what you want to do is make sure you take that regularly, where you feel bloated, just like the heaviness down here, and you feel more, because you are going to be gassy. So I would rub my stomach, or my husband would rub my stomach for me, and then just move it around, you know, little baby steps around your room or wherever you may be sleeping at. Alright, next, stool softener. Again, I use Ducalax. It's called Women's Ducalax. I'm not sure, but I'll post right here the actual one I used. Which I did use a store brand before. It was just as good. Okay. I also put a link here of the one I use that's really good as well. That's store brand. You know, because honey, we all be on a budget, so whatever. So you're gonna want to take your stool softener as well. Here's why. When you are having a major surgery, as such as hysterectomy, I had 4 C-sections, so I know when they move around your intestines and then you're back in recovery, it takes a little bit to get the bowels moving, alright? So what your nurse, where I'm from anyways in Connecticut, they provided me with one, and then I had my own. I don't remember exactly if I took my own in the hospital, but they do, quote unquote, where I'm from in Connecticut, give you one. And what that's gonna do is get everything going, and then they will ask you, hi Cherise, did you use the bathroom? Do you have to move your bowels? Because they want to make sure your intestines are up and running, you know. So excuse me, in the back, it's my AC, I'm hot, and then my children are over here. So you're gonna want to make sure you get yourself, I mean, it doesn't have to be nothing outrageous. Just get what you're comfortable with. Do the reviews, everything. And if you want, consult with your doctor. Okay. Next is stool softener. We said that. Gas X. Yeah. Any more? Oh, your pain medication. I can't stress this enough to you. I'm gonna want to take your pain med as scheduled. Write it down. Put an alarm on it, on your phone, on your tablet, whatever, because you're gonna want to keep the pain at bay instead of waiting till you're in excruciating pain, which takes longer for your pain medication to kick in, whichever they prescribe you. My doctor prescribed me an opioid, okay, and I had to take that on schedule. So in order for me not to bring my pain level so high up that when it's time to take it, you know, or when I do decide to take it, it's too far gone, it's gonna take a long time to kick in. So please, please take it on time. Write it down, write it in your phone, your notes, or have an alarm, tell your husband, tell you whomever, alright? Alright, your clothing. Again, you're going to want to I didn't pack a bag, I really didn't. I packed a really small, like, book bag, kind of duffel bag with, I had to put my personal belongings in and change of panties. But I will say this. You might want to, check with your doctor first and your local hospital, or just research your hospital, friends, whomever. But what I did was I purchased an outfit because you want to wear loose clothing. Loose clothing. Because you don't want nothing rubbing against your site, which is your wounds, your dressings, okay? Because you have stitches. Even though they put clear tape or tape on it, or they have that special glue, you don't want to do it. This is where you got to put your big girl panties. You want to make sure they're, either 2 sizes up from your regular size, or even more, actually. I might sound weird, but I love men's boxers, and those seem to be better than the female boxers I feel for my body. So those would be a good idea too. Wear loose pants as well. You're going to feel bloated, and if you ever had a baby, a child, it's like having a child and you have that after birth belly. There you go. You're not going to want to bend down. You're going to feel comfortable. So, which brings me to your shoes. Wear like outdoor slippers with the rubber, or anything you can quickly slip on. Nothing about tying your shoes, none of that. No Velcro, none. I don't know if they even sell Velcro shoes anymore, but yeah. You want to wear those. I used an outfit that I went in with, which was baggy, and outfit I came out with was the same outfit. I'm not gonna pack this baby bag like I was in a maternity ward. So what I did, because that could be a bit much, so what I did was, all I done was wear the outfit I came into the hospital with. Alright? So you want to keep it simple, because you don't want all that stuff. Leave your jewelry at home. I was stated to leave my jewelry at home, which is your wedding ring or your personal valuable items. Leave them home. Not saying your cell phone, but your personal items. You might want to do that, okay? Another thing you want to do is, trying to see anything else I want to tell you about that. Now you're in recovery. So, recovery, I'm going to say this. Follow instructions. Literally. Okay? So when I got out of recovery, I was a little bit woozy, of course, getting out of general anesthesia. And they all come in your room, they're doing your vital signs, blah, 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 blah. I know here in Connecticut, again, they provided my stool softener. So when I got into my room in recovery, I have my nurses, there, and of course, they're taking my vital signs, making sure I'm okay, and asking me my pain level. Now, they did prescribe me morphine, okay? Morphine tends to have a short lifespan through IV. And, it did do its job, don't get me wrong, but I was very itchy. Itchy. That one. And I noticed I would fall asleep quick and then get up quick. That's how it felt. So then they had to prescribe me something different. So, another thing is, so the doctor comes up, explain everything about the beauty of your surgery, what happened. Like he told me my appendix was stuck to my uterus. Don't ask. I don't even know how it got there, why it was even together as one in unity. Don't know why. But for the most part, thank God I'm done. I'm healed, over it. So in the hospital, you're gonna stay about, I think it was 2 to 3 days, depending where you're from. All right, which is the day of, the next day, and then discharge day. Giving, God willing, you know, everything goes well. And I'm praying, you know, your surgery does go well, you know. So they want you to walk around. It's very important to walk around when they get you up. They got me up the same day, hours later, all right, and we walked around the nurses station. So as we walked around the nurses station, yes, I was in quite a bit of pain, but it did help with the gases on your shoulder, well, my shoulder, and wherever you may have it. But mainly it should be in your shoulder, or hopefully nowhere at all on you. So that is a big thing. It helps move it around, get you going, and it does relieve it. That's why I say the Gas-X is very important. You take it, I feel, when you get out into your, when you're in your room and you're like, okay, nurses are gone, which you can tell your nurse you got it if you want. It's just Gas-X, but it does work amazing, guys. For me, it worked great. So I thought I'd share that with you. But they do have you walk around. Not much. Not like, oh, we're gonna do a marathon. No, just enough to where you're okay. You know, they're watching you and they walk along with you. The first day they walk along with you. Okay? And then after that, you know, after you walk around, you're gonna be in pain. So they're gonna give you your pain, and if you accept it, you don't have to have it if you don't want it. But again, don't let it go too far, because then you'll take a long time to feel it, and you'll be grumpy. You don't want to be grumpy. No, you don't. So your food will be bland. Depending when you had your surgery, you will have a bland diet. You say, ew, a bland diet. Yes, yes, yes. When I had a C-section, it reminded me, I'm only saying cesarean for those who ever had a cesarean, to kind of give you like a picture of it. Or if you had like a major surgery, you had a bland diet, you can imagine it's literally broth. Okay? And that's because your intestines, again, was aggravated. It was aggravated, and you want to ease your body back in to being normal again. Okay? So yes, I know it sucks. You're hungry. You start the day before. You're hungry. I know. But just, you gotta deal with it for right now. Okay, so the day is done, right? You came to recovery. They come and check on you. The doctor comes up. If he's not busy or she's not busy, review your whole surgery with you. Given everything goes well, you know, he'll see you the next day. Or if the next day at all. Or just give you a discharge date. Alright. Now, I say pack a little something for you to do. You know, read a book, podcast, or bring your iPad, or tablet. Or just relax it. Take that as a little mini vacation and just take it for yourself. You said vacation, meaning I have 4 kids. I was like this in bed. And then, you know, just let your body. Out of surgery, you will be given, if you consented. I know my doctor asked me if I was going to take it. I said no. He was fine with it. So anyway, I forgot what I said, Ma. Do you remember? Anyways, I forgot where I left off. My camera died. So, bring yourself a little something to do. Nothing crazy. Remember, you still had major surgery. Unless, you know, I have a very high pain tolerance. But again, still listen to your body. You still have major surgery. Relax. Now, on the way home, right? Now let's talk about recovery at home. So, when you go home, it is very important to stay in bed. You need to stay in bed. Or wherever you want to feel comfortable in. Oh no, wherever you made your little station at. Okay? Now, my biggest advice I would give to those who may be having the surgery is let your significant other or your family or friends baby you. Baby you, baby you, baby you. Okay? And I say this out of experience because I'm a person who can't stay still. I need to be up and do something because I'm always used to being on my toes. Doing this with the kids, or doing that with my husband, or cleaning up, or something. I'm doing something. So for me to stay still is really like, what do I do? You know? So, I got home. Alright, you know what's crazy? That I documented it and I don't have it. Because it was on a phone back in the day and I was doing YouTube. And I was doing it for Snapchat. So, when you get home, go to bed. Go lay down. Go sit down, go lay down. You're gonna be tired, you're gonna feel drained. You know, I'm pretty sure you're gonna, feel good. But you're gonna feel like I got a surgery. Okay? Let them baby you. Let them baby you. Don't feel bad. Because in the end of the day, you need your body to heal in order to participate with your family. So don't go doing the laundry because you feel good because the pain man got you all numbed up. Alright? Do not do that. Because I have done that and the cramping I received, the aches and pains ain't worth it. Because remember, we have organs in here, obviously, and intestines, and all that trauma of them. I had laparoscopic, so they were in there with the robot. You know, come on. Don't carry no basket, not even a gallon of milk. You can't do that. We may feel like it's nothing, but our bodies is saying, oh, it's something. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Okay? So, that's what I say. Let them baby you, and make sure you have your station. And please take your medication on time. Don't go saying the third day that you want to go. I mean, gradually, you can do it, but give the first, I would say, in my book, my experience, 3 days is still a bit too soon. But if you want to start walking around, or even the first day, walk around a little bit to get the gases out. Walk around. Walk around. Then see how you feel. Little baby steps. Again, baby steps. Don't be getting up and saying, let me go to, no. No. Okay, then your diet. Now, I know you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get home. If I can eat me a burger. No. No, no. Because you're still brand new. You still are fresh from the OR. So therefore, putting a greasy, fatty burger in you is going to mess up with your intestines, and therefore, you're going to have cramping. Your new cramping makes you boil over and it sucks. So take it easy. And again, baby steps. Gradually increase from from liquid to semi-solids, then to solids. Do not make a mistake and drink a carbonated drink. You do not want to drink a soda, a seltzer water, none of that, because it's going to create gas bubbles. Ugh, just thinking of it is just like ew. Not ill, but the pain. So, I understand you're going to be like, I'm hungry. I know. But a little cup of soup, which is the ramen noodles, we call them jiggle wiggles, or oodles and noodles. Get something like that, and gradually. Don't just rush into it. And if you want, drink a Pedialyte. The Pedialyte for kids, you can drink it for your electrolytes. If you're not eating as much, because you're just not that hungry, it's okay. Drink a Pedialyte or one of these waters, okay? Because it can help with your electrolytes, whatever it is. Gatorade, Powerade, it's okay. Don't get yourself in a frenzy. Now, the pain level was okay. Again, it all depends on the person. I have a high tolerance for pain. I can take pain to a certain degree. I remember when I had my oldest son and I had a C-section, emergency cesarean, and they came in my room, the nurses came in my room and said, yes, Sharice, you haven't had your pain meds since almost 6-7 hours ago. Would you like your meds? I was like, no, I'm fine. Exactly. So it all depends on who it is. Remember, still major surgery. I was cut open. So So they expected me to have one, but I honestly didn't need it. So again, it all depends on your pain level, you know. Even if you say, oh, it just got a little bit of pain, take it, because you don't want to wait until you're in a whole mess of pain. Alright, so let me make sure I covered everything for you guys. Alright, we got the gas X for your gases, stool softener for your bowel movements, pain obviously for pain meds, pain meds for your pain, let me see. Alright, so basically that covers it. That really is covering everything. You know, different hospitals, different states, different cities do different things. As far as the hospitals, your surgery is concerned. Me personally, my best advice would be stay in bed and gradually give yourself the baby steps. You know, don't be like me. Don't be like me, where I thought I could do laundry, I could do, you know why? Because I felt so bad. And that's the problem with me. I felt too bad and bad and bad. And I had to learn, girl, if you don't rest and get better, you're really going to feel bad, because then you're going to have a longer hospital stay because you done ruined yourself inside. So this is what I'm telling you. Do not feel bad. Let people baby you. Alright? Let people do things for you. It's not worth the consequences. Okay? So be smarter. If you like someone like me and want to go ahead and say, oh yeah, I can do it. No. No. And this is why I say prepare ahead of time. If you prepare ahead of time, I know things get messy afterwards, the hustle and bustle. So it's okay. Remember, it's okay. It's okay, and it's okay. It'll get better. What else? The most important thing too is create your station next to you. I say that's a very important thing too, because once you have everything next to you, it's a lot easier. You have your water jug, your charger, your pain meds, whatever it is that you have there is what you need. That you what you need is right there. Remote, whatever. Again, prepare yourself to stay in the hospital for at least 1 to 2 business. You hear me? 1 to 2 days. 2 to 3 days. And again, it all depends on where you're from. Alright, I stood there, I believe, 3 days. So just be patient. I know for us women it's kind of hard, you know, because we don't know what that is to stay still sometimes. But it's very, very vital that you do. You don't want to mess up your organs, your intestines, and they will look for that in the hospital to see if you did have a bowel movement. Do not lie. Just to go home and say you had a bowel movement, you're gonna regret it, because it can cause complications. You don't know exactly what could be going on internally. So when you go home and you lied to the hospital and say, girl, I had a bowel movement, yes I did, and you really didn't, don't do that, because that's really gonna mess you up. Seriously, like, it really is. So I'm not trying to scare no one. It's the realization of things. You know, this is a major surgery. And then the hysterectomy itself, you know, afterwards when I had it, I mean, for the most part, I was good. Which I would do the 3rd video of this, which will be my life now, 2 years later. No, more than 2 years, right, Ma? 3 years later. So I'll do this part 3 is to, you want to take it easy. When you feel bad and you want to go ahead and help, it's kind of like setting yourself up to be set back again. So don't do that. Let your partner, like Raul helped me a lot. My children even helped me a lot. You know, so I mean, you are able to go to the bathroom, you are able to shower. It depends on what your instructions say. They'll give you a discharge paper with everything. When you go home, what to do, what not to do, when to call, and what's normal, not normal. Alright, so just take it easy until your post-op appointment, which is typically a week after your surgery date, and they will remove your stitches. Just make sure you keep it nice and clean. I believe I had to remove them the 2nd or 3rd day I was home. Not sure, don't quote me. but just to air out, and just for the incision to air out, we had to remove them. So Raul did help me with that. So he was my nurse and everything, girl. So I'm saying, give yourself that time and just wait until you see your doctor, for they can give you the okay to say, all right, you're clear to start gradually going back to normal. Not to go work out, not to go up and down the stairs with laundry or do everything else. No, gradually, because remember, you still, internally, you're still healing and scar tissue, okay? All right, so I noticed the most uncomfortable thing for me out of the surgery would be the bloating and the bloating. I hate bloating. I hate the heaviness down here. I hate it. I hate it. But other than that, I was fine. I mean, of course, normal aches and pains. So what else I can cover for you guys? It's just, that was really it. You know, I will go ahead and link everything in the description box that you'll need if you want to get them. What that worked for me, again, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, a physician, or a nurse. I'm just telling you my experience, and what I'm sharing with you ladies or whomever is watching this video is that, you know, if you finding yourself fearful of the surgery and, you know, you have the jitters, which is totally normal. I was the same way. When I tell you, the internet on my phone, where the search bar had nothing but recovery after hysterectomy, what is this? I mean, it was all over. Okay, so yeah, research, absolutely. There is another website called Hystersisters, really good. There is another lady on YouTube, I love her. She's a retired MD for gynecology work. I will link her. I forgot her name. I said it in my video from a year ago, way down below. I'll link it again, but it's in that video as well. But we don't have to watch all 38, but if you do, go ahead and, you know, watch it, give it a thumbs up. But I'll link it here. Alright guys, so again, if you feel jittery, if you feel nervous, again, it's normal. Just pray. You're gonna be fine. I know you'll be fine. Alright, I ask God to guide the doctor's hand while he's performing surgery on you and giving the doctor the knowledge and the wisdom to go ahead and do your surgery, because our real doctor is God. But we just ask God to guide our doctors. Alright, so let me know down below if you have any remedies or what you thought might help, or what did help you if you already had the surgery. Alright, so on that note guys, I am going to do a part 3, which is an updated version from the one I did a year ago, yeah, of medications, hormone meds. Oh, that's another thing. Now, when you get out of surgery, I forgot to mention this. Thank God I mentioned it. It all depends if you're gonna have estrogen. I did not take what you're comfortable with, what you are willing to do. If you want to take it, go ahead. You know, me personally, I did not take an estrogen dose because we are going into surgically induced menopause. So of course our bodies are going from here to down here. So, you know, I'll get into that into part 3 of the video of my update after 3 years later of living with hysterectomy in my 30s, how my life is now, what do I take differently that I took in the beginning of the first video I did. I will, and I promise you guys, I will go ahead and do that video. But yeah, most part, I'm very holistic. I take a lot of natural stuff that helps, you know. So just pray during your process, you know, ask God if this is for you, you know, it will happen. And if, you know, not even that, it's just the point, you're doing this for a reason. It's a hard decision, I get it. And you are still a woman, you're still beautiful. A lot of people struggle with that. You know, they feel like they're not a woman. You very well are a woman, you know. But hey, things happen. Who wants to live with pain? Not me. When you do get out the surgery, again, I didn't consent to having estrogen because of the research I did of It will cause cancer over time of use. I'm not doing that. I'll figure it out, you know. Totally up to you though. Don't, again, my experience, my choice. Doesn't mean it has to be your choice. I'm just sharing my experience. So next video I will get into all of that, where what I use, what I went through, how I felt, the pros, the cons, how I dealt with my emotions, the whole change of life, everything, weight, hormones, everything. Alright, so I hope I helped you guys. I hope I gave somewhat of an insight, but I don't want to make this video too long because it could be long, like the first one, because I gave everything. So, but a lot of things has transpired. Alright, and from last year. No, this was actually 2019 I made that video. No, 2020. So a lot of things has changed as far as what I take. Because I researched and I found certain things didn't work for me. Certain things weren't good for me. You know. So another thing, I will link again. This MD, oh my gosh, she's so good. Her skin is like amazing. And she gives you all the breakdowns. I'll link it. Alright, another group you can join is Hystersisters. We have a lot of females on there, women that went through it and battled it, and just looking for moral support and support about it. Some people are very down and out on themselves, being that, you know, the whole stigma, like, oh, you're not a woman because you don't have a uterus, which is just stupid for anyone to say. It's just a uterus. You know, it's our baby holder, a menstrual dumpster, as I call it, you know. And I'm glad I did it, and I'm happier, you know, and I'm happy, and you'll see why I'm so happy in my next video. So I will try to get that next video out for you guys by Wednesday. I'm not gonna make no promises because I'm like really busy, and it's like 10:36 October 3rd. Because my son's birthday is tomorrow. It'll be 9. So I really want to get this out to you guys and show you what I use if you are having it. I ask God to guide the surgeon's hands as he is performing the surgery, and give that surgeon the knowledge and wisdom to perform on your body. Alright? So you're going to be alright. You're going to be fine. Just listen, and do exactly what your body is telling you to do, is rest. Everything else can wait. You come first, your body comes first. And until the next video, guys,